We are all storytellers. We all live in a network of stories. There is a connection between people, then storyteller, story, and an existential part of one into the history of your time. Let us learn some bases about story writing. Story writing. A story writing is basically a narration of real of imaginary events involving real of imaginary people. A story needs to be represented in words necessary, even image or moving pictures. Movies can narrate a story. A story is generally designed to entertain and or send a message across. The length of story will depend on the format, whether it is a novel, short story, etc. The length of a story has no bearing to its quality. Take, for example, the famous writer Ernest Hemingway. He was once challenged that he could not write a story in 6 words, but he delivered his story from sale baby shop never one. Structural format of a story. Well, there is no given format as show for story writing. There is a basic structure. One follow it help congested a story in a understandable manner and keep the flow of the story. The beginning of the introduction of a story is extremely important. This is the part where you can hook the reader and capture their attention. You must have come across some often used beginning to stories like once upon a time or a long time ago. However, you can get more creative and begin your story with interactive.
Intrigue. What is the
Yes,
meaning of intrigue? Anyone? What is the meaning of intrigue? What are the things that intrigues you? Can you try? What is intrigue, Adisha? Such words are actually used in novels and all.
Can you show me the sentence again?
Show the previous slide, Natik. Also, do not. बेटे थोड़ा हाँ छोटा करो. A long time. A long time ago. However, you can get more creative and begin your story with intrigue. Yes? Would you like
Ma'am,
to?
curiosity or interest or fascinate?
Yes. What stories do you like to see on screen or read? One that keep you glued. And what keeps you glued? Glued मतलब जिसमें आपको मजा आया बार बार पढ़ो बार बार next क्या होने वाला है next क्या होने वाला है.
I'm adventurous.
Yes, there are thrillers, there are adventures, suspense, intrigues means जो as she said आपको curiosity आपकी maintain रखी. Curiosity किसको कहते हैं? छोटे छोटे बच्चे they are very curious. Why are they curious? Because they want to know more about life. ये कैसे होता है? ये कैसे होता है? They're new into the world. So small kids are very curious. Rather, even you should be curious because now you're just into your books in school and you haven't seen the world. But when you see such programs on television or video anywhere, you realize that oh कितनी बड़ी है दुनिया हमने ये नहीं देखा हमने वो that is called curiosity to know more. Okay, so that is what is you begin your story with intrigue. मतलब कुछ ऐसे sentence से story शुरू करना जिसमें starting में ही आप जो आपका story पढ़ रहा है उसको लगे कि ये क्या है ये तो बिल्कुल नया idea है what's going to happen after this. कई लोग ऐसे शुरू करते हैं Like suppose you're watching a movie. Obviously, movie जो the one you watch, it has been written prior. पहले स्टोरी लिखी जाती है मूवी की, तब वो मूवी फॉर्म में डायरेक्ट की जाती है, isn't it? So what happens if you see a murder in the beginning? Like suppose I'm saying, in the beginning of the story itself, you see a murder. आप तो बैठते ही आपके दिमाग चलने लगे, अरे ये क्या हो गया, अब क्या होगा, हीरो ने तो ये कर दिया, he was the hero of the movie, is he a killer or is he not the killer? पहले ही आपका वो जजमेंट शुरू हो जाएगा, yes or no, and you will try to watch the movie till the end. वैसे ही आपकी स्टोरी होनी चाहिए. योर स्टोरी ऑल्सो शुड बी वेरी इंट्रीगिंग, वेरी full of curiosity. So they're telling you can start in the beginning itself, you can make up something so solid that the person who is reading your story gets impressed. As they say, the first impression is the best impression. So in the first sentence itself, if you catch the attention of your reader, nothing better than that. Okay, yes, continue better.
Characters introduction. Your story will be depend heavily on how will you write your characters. To develop your characters, you can use dialogue as well, but you want to keep the dialogues limited in the story format. Also, do not include unnecessary secondary characters. Every character of the story must have a purpose. Plot. Here is where the actual nations of the story will happen. The event that occur of the description of the station will be written in the plot. A plot must always have a conflict, which is the face of any story. Face of any story. Climax, conclusion, and this is where the story will come to its logical conclusion. If there is a plot twist, this is where you will include it. Always end your story in any interested manner. Also, it is not necessary to give your story a definition ending. A
कॉल्ड डेफिनेट एंडिंग, मतलब एक पक्का एंडिंग देने के, कई लोग क्या ओपन करके रख देते हैं कि सामने वाले पे छोड़ दिया है कि आप सोचो क्या वो मर्डर था कि नहीं था. So sometimes leaving it on the person is better.
is another effective fact. Some points to keep in mind. Make sure you give your story an ethical and appropriate title. A title is the first impression you made on the reader. Make sure that the facts you include in your story are accurate. You can take creative lessons where writing your story, but do not change universally accept trust and facts. The story must flow fluently. If there is a series of events taking place, make sure the flow has some order. The reader must not be confused. Do not use very flowing language of overall complicated words. The best stories are written in uncompleted various so as not to distract from the plot. Why writing given advance show don't tell. It is a very important advice when writing an story to show the production and situation interested to just informing the reader. Readers will experience the story more emotionally when presenting with senior details that just a summary of information. Thank you.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you didn't bring any samples and all?
Ma'am, what?
Samples, you don't have any samples for this?
Ma'am, one video.
You have? Then you can share. I'll write your name also that you have done the presentations. What is wrong with Sarthak? Why is he not coming on? बेटे कितने
Hi,
देर की
this is
वीडियो
Usha
है?
Pandit, your Mind Springs English teacher. Today, I'm going to do something very important.
Naitik, how long is this?
We're going to do
Ma'am,
story writing. But more
ma'am, 13
importantly, I'm
minutes.
13 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है.
going to show you how
फिर
to
अब बड़ा
plan a story.
उसको tilt कर दो and do the
A lot of times,
Ma'am,
children
playback speed increase.
What, Pranjal?
Ma'am, he can increase playback speed.
Yes, please increase the
Um,
playback speed.
one 1.5.
Listen to it very carefully because this is your revision. I will not touch this topic. And story writing will come in the exam.
their pens or pencils and start writing the story. And they start writing as the story develops in their head. That is not the right way because often you don't complete all the elements of a story. So a story can be divided into 5 parts. And if you lose out one of the parts, then your story becomes very, very difficult to read. Okay? And then your teacher will tell you you're repeating the same thing, or your story begins somewhere and then it ends somewhere else. You're flying in a helicopter.
Because आजकल silent बड़ा कर बेटा,
Kind of
Naitik.
bizarre things happening. So therefore,
You tilt your
always
phone.
very quickly plan a story.
Ma'am,
Tilt
ma'am,
phone.
Auto rotate कर दो ना.
ma'am, what?
बेटे इसमें जो बॉक्स बना है साइड में उसको क्लिक करो तो आपकी स्क्रीन बड़ी हो जाएगी. राइट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर में. हाँ, अब सही है.
Okay? This is not just for small children. You should do it
Some caption.
irrespective of whether you are doing primary or secondary or college or any exam that you're doing. If you're writing a story, you need to plan it. Okay? So let's find out what are the elements of a story. So the elements of a story are, let's look at it from here, setting, characters, problem, solution, and plot. 5 elements. Okay? And where would you start planning? That's an important question. Very often I see stories written where you have started with the setting, okay, and you have written, talk to me about the forest and how there were lots of trees and flowers and squirrels were running around and the sun was streaming in beautiful descriptions, and you have a word limit of maybe 200 words, and you have spent about 70 words on the setting. That will not make you a very good story because you were not asked to describe a setting, you were asked to tell a story. So you have to be very careful. Don't start with the setting. Let us always start with the problem. Because then you can't go wrong. Suppose you're asked to write an adventure story and you start with the problem, there's a tiger chasing you. You start with the problem, you have fallen down on the mountain and you have sprained your ankle and you can't walk anymore and there is a storm coming. See, the problem is already taken care of. The boy was kidnapped. Problem. Isn't it? The princess refuses to speak. Problem. A ring was stolen. Problem. So you decide what is the problem first. The minute you decide the problem, guys, your work is done. Sit on it. So let's define the problem first. So stolen ring, you can just write small, small words like this. Stolen ring, princess, won't eat. What did they say then? Boy kidnapped. See? Bus, just two words. You've written the problem down. Now it becomes easy for me. So what's the second one I have on my list? Second one is setting. So I want to know from where the ring was stolen. Where did they kidnap the boy from? Or why did they kidnap the boy? We have got many ways like that. So depending upon why and where and all these questions, you will have to think of the setting. Was the boy kidnapped from school? Did they kidnap him when he was in the mall? The princess, is she sitting in her palace? Or has she been captured by somebody? And so she's refused to eat. What about the stolen ring? Where did they steal it from? Did they steal it from the temple? Is it a magic ring? Do you think that they stole it from a jeweler? Because it's a ring that is very, 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 very expensive. What? So this will, if I think about this problem and I think about where it's happening, I should be going to the setting and writing down. I'm going to say maybe the ring was stolen from a temple. Maybe the princess won't eat and she's in a palace. And the boy was kidnapped from a mall. So I'm not saying all of this happens in the same story. They're all 3 different stories. I'm just giving you an example. So now I can very happily describe the temple, the palace, and the mall. And I'm going to write all those wonderful descriptive words. I'm going to write adjectives. I'm going to create atmosphere. All of those wonderful things I can do. Okay, simple story. We're going to be writing a simple story. Okay, we're not going into what is the genre and all that. Just going with a simple story. A simple adventure story. So you've got these three things. Are you going to write a lot of setting? No. I'm going to limit my setting to maybe about 30 words. Very, very short, very quickly finish my setting. Because my teacher wants to know what happened. How did I get kidnapped? She wants to know what happened after I got kidnapped. She wants to know all those things. She doesn't want to spend time in the temple and the mall describing what are the clothes hanging there, how did the pujari ring the bell, and what was the smell of agarbatti around. She does not want all that. Her big idea is sitting here and she is interested in this. What are the actions that followed? So, the stolen ring, we are going to ask all these questions. How did the ring get stolen? So, what is the first action? Is it the thief coming into the house at night? Is that the action for the stolen ring? Or is it the man dressing up as a worshipper and going to the temple? How did it get stolen? So, the big question of how, that is what you're going to answer here. How did this happen? How did the boy get kidnapped? You might want to ask why. You might want to write here why also, why he got kidnapped. But after you tell me how and why, I want to jump straight into what happened here. So second part there is what happened. What happened means where did they take the boy? So there will be a set of things that happened. 1, 2, 3, 4 things that happened to the boy. There will be 2 or 3 things that happened. She won't eat. Why won't she eat? One line. And then what happened? What did the king do? Maybe he called all the princes from the land and said, anyone who makes her eat is going to get half my kingdom. Maybe he makes an announcement. And then maybe 2 or 3 people come and try different things. So that is the action here. No? See, this action or these events must come in as your plot. So what do? So write them down. Write them down in very simple, small words. Or if you're looking at the boy who got kidnapped from the mall we talked about, the stolen ring, all of these, there are events that happened, certain things that happened after it. And there has to be a rising action. What is a rising action? A point where the boy is almost going to be killed. So let us say he escapes from the kidnappers and he's hiding behind the sacks of grain in the godown. And he feels like sneezing. And he's sure that if he sneezes, somebody is going to hear him. So what does he do? Now, this is a rising action where he's almost going to be caught. And everyone is waiting to know what happened to the boy. That's rising action. So you might have a lot of action, but you must have one action where it reaches the peak. Or you might have the stolen ring from the temple where someone says, go to the mountain, ice mountain. And there you have to find the ring that has been stolen. It is magic. And you go to the mountain, find the dragon waiting there. Then you have to beat the dragon. You're the hero of the story. So you have to beat the dragon. Coming to this, now you will come to the characters here. So when you start making the plot, you suddenly realize, oh, wait a minute, I need a dragon. Isn't it? So therefore, I'm going to write here, who are the characters? First of all, me, hero. I want to be the hero. Or you might have another hero. You might have a tall, dark, handsome man, or you might have a pretty girl, or you may have an ordinary girl, or you might have a very clever girl. Depends on what you want to have. So you decide who your character is. Then you might want a villain, somebody who's going to, somebody is going to stop you from doing it. You might have other characters who are going to support you. So I'm going to write there, I'm going to have a pujari, I'm going to have a monster, I'm going to have a film star. You decide who's going to be in your story. See, you get to be the creator. So you decide who's going to be in your story, and then you go back and start writing what happened, who came there, who distracted them, etc. And the solution is how you escape, or found. How the ring was found. Or in this case, we have got, what did we have? We have the ring, we have the princess. Princess would be, she starts eating. So how did that happen? So that those are your solutions. So remember, let's look at it again. First you look at the problem, then you look at the setting, then you look at the characters, then you look at the plot, and finally you look at the solution. This is how you make your story. So copy that down in your notebooks so that you remember.
Your sound is not clear, Natik.
Very, very important. So the words that you are going to choose, those also you write down. Some very good words, which means you need adjectives, you need adverbs, isn't it? These are 2 things that you will need. The other thing to remember is to write in the past tense. All stories must be written in the past tense. Very, very important advice. If you do all of these things, your story will become good. And if you're writing now, you're getting 4 out of 10, I bet you'll get 6 at least. So use this in your writing and remember to write in the box and tell me how your marks improve, because I feel very happy when you do well. Okay, so subscribe to my channel.
So done, Natik?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good. It was a nice one, only that the voice quality was a little bad. Anyway, she explained it quite nicely. Ma'am, you able to send the summary of the last four chapters which are coming in the exam? Yes, yes. I will send you the summary. Pranjal, you just remind me on
मैम माय
Saturday,
प्रेजेंटेशन
on
इज लाइव.
Friday. कल मुझे याद दिला देना है ना, Pranjal?
Yes, ma'am.
Just WhatsApp me कि ma'am please send this and then I will do it. Okay. Sarthak is here.
यस मैम.
Yes. Are you ready for some presentation?
यस मैम.
Okay. What are you presenting?
मैम द सप्लीमेंट्री स्टोरी जलेबीज.
Okay, do it then. Very good, very good. Fine. I'll stop my presentation. You start, and you can take how long is your presentation?
मैम 9 स्लाइड.
Okay, fine. It's a PPT. Nice. Start sharing it. Why do you not come in the class, Sarthak?
मैम दैट टाइम आई हैव. मैम मोबाइल नहीं था. मैम उस वक्त मेरे पास मोबाइल नहीं था इसलिए.
ठीक. But आना चाहिए ना बेटा. No, you're going to be in 9th standard now soon. Okay, start better.
मैम इज माय स्क्रीन विजिबल?
Yes, it's visible.
ओम श्री साई राम. Topic: the chapter Jalebis. Summary: Jalebis is a moral story written by Ahmad Nadeem Kasmi. The value-based story is about a honest young boy. One day, Munna, a fifth-class student, was going to school with 4 rupees in his pocket. This money is given to him by his parents to pay the school fees. On that day, Master Ghulam Muhammad was on leave, so he could not make the payment. Munna initially resisted spending the money as it was meant to pay his fees, but he finally gave in to his sweet. At first, he purchased jalebi with 1 rupee coin, and later he purchased jalebi with the remaining money and distributed among the neighbors and the children. Munna was worried about how to pay the fees as he spent all the money in jalebis. The next day he went to school. He didn't give the scholarship as it was due to the following month. His teacher announced that fees will be collected in recess time. Munna wasn't worried. Munna left the school. In description, he thought that God can help me, so he offered prayers to the Almighty and recited a few verses of the Holy Book, Quran. In his prayers, he earnestly requested God to give him 4 rupees so he could pay the school fees. He promised that he would not repeat it and alternately requested God to put 4 rupees in his bag. Later, when he checked his bag, he became sad as he could not find any money in it. Next day, he wore fresh clothes, left home and school, but returned from the school gate. He requested Almighty put the rupees under the rock and he would collect the money. When Munna see under the rock, he found no money. He continued praying every day. Soon, the news for his absence from school reached home and he was scolded by his parents for not attending the class. When Munna was in 7th and 8th standard, he went and thinking about what harm could it have possibly caused anyone if God had sent him 4 rupees. He understood that man cannot learn anything on his own if he got everything that he desired without any effort. This was an important lesson that Munna learned from this incident. Thank you, Tyra.
Okay, it was a very short one though. Okay, what is the moral of the story, Sarthak? Can you tell me what is the moral of the story?
And that we have to make efforts and do not uh, take the that God will do it. And we have to make efforts by our own.
Okay, actually, I'll tell you in short the story. It's a very sweet story about the small boy. He was a very nice boy, a very good student of his school, but his weakness was jalebis. So, and this is a story which has been written in 19, obviously the previous century, I would say. So it's a quite an old story, and in that, in having 1 rupee also, the 1 rupee had a lot of importance. Okay, like nowadays 1 रुपये को तो हम कुछ समझते ही नहीं है. This child had some money which he was supposed to give for his fees. Okay, he happened to use that money to buy jalebis. He did not pay that fees money, and he bought jalebis instead of that. Later on in the story, it's a quite a long story. You come to know that he has this guilty feeling. He's calling अल्लाह कि प्लीज मुझे बचा लो, मैं ये कर दूंगा, वो कर दूंगा. जैसे हम कई बार होते हैं ना छोटे बच्चे, मुझे मैं पकड़ा ना जाऊं, this that, and the journey is about that. So that is why the story's name is Jalebi, because it was his weakness. Okay, I'll just show you one the small video. You don't have it now, Sarthak?
And what?
Video?
Hello and welcome
My
to the session of learning.
You have? You want to share? Okay, share then. I thought you didn't have, so I quickly downloaded this. So we will be left only with 2 chapters of the main textbook, which I will complete it together because it is back to back, same story. Okay. You're also sharing the same video. You don't, the volume is not there, Sarthak.
Yes, ma'am.
Volume is not there. It's not audible.
One. Ma'am, his volume is audible.
No, it's not audible, beta. Do one thing, I'll show the same video.
Okay, ma'am.
Time. Yes, Pooja has written the moral of the story. It also teaches us that we cannot blindly depend on prayers for the fulfillment of. Yes, हमको क्या लगता है भगवान है तो हम गलती करेंगे और भगवान बचा लेगा. जब गलती की है तो उसको उसका भुगतान तो देना पड़ेगा ना हमको बेटा. So it's a very sweet story about this young child. We'll just see this what she has to explain.
So tell me, how often do you pray to God? Praying daily is a very good practice indeed. But many a times we remember the Almighty only when we find ourselves in dire situations. We pray to Him so that He helps us in hiding our little sins, or, for that matter, when we need something. But do we always get what we need merely by praying? Not necessarily. We need to do our bit to achieve certain things in life. As they rightly say, God helps those who help themselves. And that is exactly what we shall read about in the story Jalebis. And before I tell you more, let's look at the life and works of the author. Ahmed Nadeem Kasmi was a legendary Urdu and English language poet, journalist, literary critic, dramatist, and short story author. His works include 50 books, including poetry, fiction, criticism, journalism, and art. He was also editor and publisher of literary magazine Funoon, For almost 50 years, he wrote many English poems and stories.
Is it
He
audible?
received awards like the Pride of Performance
Yes, ma'am.
in 1980 for his literary work. His short story, Jalebis, is translated from Urdu by Sufia Pathan. Jalebis is a short story about a child's dilemma after he spends his school fees on mouth-watering jalebis. Let's read the story to find out what ensues. Jalebis by Ahmed Nadeem Kasmi. It happened many years ago. I was in the 5th standard at the government school Kambelpur, now called Adak. One day, I went to school with 4 rupees in my pocket to pay the school fees and the fund. When I got there, I found out that the teacher who collected the fees, Master Ghulam Mohammed, was on leave, and so the fees would be collected the next day. All through the day, the coins simply sat in my pocket. But once school got over and I was outside, they began to speak. All right, coins don't talk. They jingle or go kanak kanak. But I'm telling you, that day they actually spoke. One coin said, "What are you thinking about? Those fresh hot jalebis coming out of the kadhao in the shop over there? They're not coming out for nothing. Jalebis are meant to be eaten, and only those with money in their pocket can eat them. And money isn't for nothing. Money is meant to be spent, and only they spend it who like jalebis. Look here, you 4 rupees, I said to them. I am a good boy. Don't misguide me or it won't be good for you. I get so much at home that I consider even looking at something in the bazaar a sin. Besides, you are my fees and fund money. If I spend you today, then how shall I show my face to Master Ghulam Mohammed in school tomorrow? And after that, to Allah Mia at Qayamat? Let's understand the details in this part of the story. So, the story is narrated in the first person, which means it is an incident from the author's life. The narrator studied at the government school in Kambelpur, which is now called Adak. Once when he was in the 5th standard, he went to school with 4 rupees to pay the school fees and the fund. At school, he found that the teacher who collected the fees, Master Ghulam Mohammed, was on leave, and so the fees would be collected the next day. After school was over, the sight of crisp, syrupy jalebis in the market excites him. Although he tries to stop himself from spending the money, the coins in his pocket persuade him enough. So, are you wondering how the coins could persuade the boy? Well, there is a bit of psychology here. You see, it was not actually the coins that spoke, but his inner voice that kept contemplating about spending the money on jalebis. Now let's understand the new words in this part of the story. So the first word we have here is jingle, which refers to a light ringing sound made by metal objects being shaken together. Next, self-possessed refers to someone calm, confident, and in control of one's feelings. Then the word misguide means to lead someone in the wrong way. The next word on the list is sin, and it refers to an immoral act. And that brings me to the end of this session. I will be back.
So here actually we have the sweet presentation by this lady. Her pronunciation was extremely good, isn't it?